Hi there, I'm Dr. Chung and welcome to your friendly proctologist. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you spending your time. Please like and subscribe. It helps grow this channel and I want to give you helpful information. Today we're going to talk about some more anal fistula topics, anal infection, and somebody asked, what is a sinus? Does it mean I have a fistula? So let's address that because it's not so simple at face value in my opinion. So a sinus typically means there's a hole leading with possibly a tract, meaning a tunnel going somewhere. But it's usually signified, or on the physical exam you may see literally like someone punched out a hole in your skin and it looks like it may go somewhere. Like a cave that, you see the opening but you have no idea where it leads. And we frequently see sinuses, when we're talking about our nose and our faces and things like that, but in the bottom end it literally is, when we say sinus, that's not a normal thing. And that's not something we would normally expect on anybody's examination. So, with anal fistulas, there is a hole where the anal tunnel ends. Remember we talked about in other previous videos about where that tunnel begins, which is inside of your anus. And that's where the gland can become blocked, the anal gland, and cause an infection. And 50% of people get the anal fistula because reasons we don't understand. Some people were unfortunate to get the fistula where you have now this tunnel that leads from the inside of your anus to the outside skin. And the outside hole may have drainage coming out. Usually it's yellowish, it looks like pus. Sometimes some people say they see pieces of poop in it. That's also possible. It sometimes can be green in color and sometimes also some blood in there as well. If you have any of those symptoms, you probably have some telltale signs of an infection that keeps coming back maybe once every month. Or maybe that hole just stays open and just keeps putting out fluid. And so that would be signs of an anal fistula where you've got that tunnel, right? But is that all there could be? And I would say to you the answer would be no. There are things called pilonidal cysts. What is that? That is a hole on your skin, but that tunnel leads to a pocket of pus and chronic infection, but it's caused by a pack of hair, right? The hair is the foreign body and it's not easily digested. So the bacteria, they live in there and they love the hair, which keeps the bacteria fed and keeps the entire area open. And this can cause recurrent infections. This can cause drainage to come out either all the time or once in a while. And so that is different, a pilonidal cyst, from an anal fistula, because the origin, where is it coming from? The chicken or the egg? Anal fistulas come from the anal gland. Pilonidal cysts come from usually like a hair follicle or a pore in your skin that starts getting jammed with hair follicles or hair. Two totally different problems, totally different solutions, totally different success rates, recurrence rates, everything about them is completely different. Is that all that sinuses could be? No. What is another reason that you might find a hole around your bottom end? The other reason is just that you have a hair follicle in there that decided to not heal correctly, or it's a scar from maybe some cyst back in the day. Kind of like you have cystic acne or anything like that in your face, you may have a sinus, like a little hole there, and it may collect with fluid or not. And that can be like the same thing with the anus. it's all covered with skin, but it looks like there's a hole that leads somewhere. Sometimes you may have an injury in your anus, around your anus area, that actually healed in a very interesting way. And I've seen this quite a few times where you may actually have like webbing. Usually the anus skin is very smooth and it's literally a ring. But when you get some other trauma or some of the scarring that can happen there, I actually see strands of skin going from one side to the other, and not like a X, like taping off, like police line don't cross type of thing. Nothing like that where your stool has to be cut in half. Not talking about that. It's just very much on the outside surface of the anus, usually concentrated at one specific point. But it looks like there is a hole on the outside and it goes somewhere because it forms like a bridge. So if there's a bridge with the skin here, sometimes it goes right, you can see a hole or a tunnel right going through there. And it does, in my opinion, take a surgeon to understand that, because they can tell whether it's skin covered, whether it's suspicious for fistula because whether the tunnel is covered in a wound healing type of context, the position of the sinus, so maybe it's actually a pilonidal cyst versus an anal fistula. There are many characteristics I can go into that can really confuse the picture. So again, all sinuses do not lead to one sign, and all sinuses do not mean the same thing. And definitely everything must be taken into context of the patient's story and the physical exam. And we've got to be careful to assume things, because sometimes you may overlook something when you definitely want to be very complete. And I feel that's my job to do, to help you understand the problem so that you can understand what treatments may be right for you. Well, I hope this answered your question. I'm very thankful for the question. It's a fantastic question, actually. And I hope that you can relate, or I hope that you learn a thing or two. Please like and subscribe again and leave a comment, and I'd be happy to answer your questions. Thank you so much and have a good day. Bye-bye.